Oh, hello, great readers. I'm Bill Chen.
I'm Nimikon.
I'm Ven Chan.
In this class, I'll read all of you a part of A Tale of Two Cities, Book the Third, Golden Thread.
Yes.
Al.
A Tale of Two Cities, Book the Third, Golden Thread. Charles Dickens. Chap. 5 the Wood-Sawyer, Sec. 1. 1 year and 3 months. During all that time, Lucy was never sure, from hour to hour, but that the guillotine would strike off her husband's head next day. Every day, through the stony streets, the tumbrils now jolted heavily, filled with condemned. Lovely girls, bright women, brown-haired, black-haired, and grey. Youth, stalwart men and old, gentle-born and peasant-born, all red wine for la guillotine, all daily brought into life from the dark cellars of the loathsome prisons, and carried to her through the streets to slake her devouring thirst. Liberty, equality, fraternity, or death at last, much the easiest to bestow. O guillotine, if the suddenness of her calamity and the whirling wheels of the time had stunned the doctor's daughter into awaiting the result in idle despair, it would but have been with her as it was with many. But from there, when she had taken the white head to her fresh young bosom, in the garde of Saint Antoine, she had been true to her duties. She was truest to them in the season of trial, as all quietly loyal and good will always be. As soon as they were established in their new residence, and her father had entered on the routine of his avocations, she arranged the little household as exactly as if her husband had been there. Everything had its appointed place and its appointed time. Little Lucy she taught, as regularly as if they had all been united in their English home. The slight devices with which she cheated herself into the show of a belief that they would soon be reunited with little preparations for his speedy return. The setting aside of his chair and his books these, and the solemn prayer at night for one dear prisoner especially, among the many unhappy souls in prison and the shadow of death are almost the only outspoken release of her heavy mind. She did not greatly alter in appearance. The plain dark dresses, akin to morning dresses, which she and her child wore, were as neat and as well attended to as the brighter clothes of happy days. She lost her colour, and the old and intent expression was a constant, not an occasional. Then, otherwise, she remained very pretty and comely. Sometimes, at night on kissing her father, she would burst into the grief she had repressed all day, and would say that her sole reliance, under heaven, was on him. My dear, There is an upper window in the prison, to which Charles can sometimes gain access at 3 in the afternoon. When he can get to it, which depends on many uncertainties, then inside it might see you. In the street, he thinks, if you stood in a certain place that I can show you. From that time, in all weathers, she waited there 2 hours. As the clock struck 2, she was there, and at 4 she turned resignedly away. When it was not too wet or inclement for her child to be with her, they went together. At the 3rd time she was alone. But she never missed a single day. It was the dark and dirty corner of a small winding street. The hovel of a cutter of wood into links for burning was the only house at that end. All else was wall. On the 3rd day of her being there, he noticed her. This mode of address was now prescribed by decree. It had been established voluntarily some time ago among the more thorough patriots, but was now law for everybody. The Wood-Sawyer, who was a little man with a redundancy of gesture, he had once been a mender of roads, cast a glance at the prison, pointed at the prison, and putting his 10 fingers before his face to represent bars, peeped through them jocosely. "But it's not my business," said he, and went on sawing his wood. Next day he was looking out for her, and accosted her the moment she appeared. "What?" "Ah, a child too." "Do I say yes?" "Ara," whispered little Lucy, drawing close to her. "Ah, but it's not my business. My work is my business. See my saw. I call it my little guillotine. On, 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 that." The billet fell as he spoke, and he threw it into a basket. "I call myself the Samson of the firewood guillotine. See here again. Blue, 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 blue." And off her head comes. And a child. Tickle, tickle, pickle, pickle, and off its head comes. Lucy shuddered as he threw 2 more bullets into his basket, But it was impossible to be there while the Wood-Sawyer was at work and not be in his sight. Thenceforth, to secure his goodwill, she always spoke to him first, and often gave him drink money, which he readily received. He was an inquisitive fellow, and sometimes when she had quite forgotten him in gazing at the prison roof and grates, and in lifting her heart up to her husband, she would come to herself to find him looking at her, with his knee on his bench and his saw stopped in its work. "But it's not my business," he would generally say at those times, and would briskly fall to his sewing again. In all weathers, in the snow and frost of winter, in the bitter winds of spring, in the hot sunshine of summer, in the rains of autumn, and again in the snow and frost of winter, Lucy passed 2 hours of every day at this place, and every day on leaving it, she kissed the prison wall. Her husband saw her, so she learned from her father it might be once, and 5 or 6 times, it might be twice or thrice running, it might be not for a week or a fortnight together. It was enough that he could and did see her when the chance had served, and on that possibility she would have waited out the day, 7 days a week. These occupations brought her round to the December month, wherein her father walked among the tourers with a steady head. On a lightly snowing afternoon she arrived at the usual corner. It was a day of some wild rejoicing, and a festival. She had seen the houses, as she came home, decorated with little pikes, and with little red caps stuck upon them. To be continued.